So in addition to the radio and the writing stuff that I got to do when the book first came out, I did a bunch of readings, which was really a lot of fun actually, and got good turnout in most instances. And people had a lot of questions, and I would say the most often asked question was about my mom, because I think I depict the sort of challenges that she and I faced together while I was training, and how sort of wrapped up she got in the whole sport, and how, you know, ultimately I think, and she would admit this, that it caused her to make some decisions or choices as a parent that maybe weren't always in my best interest, because she was so wrapped up in me being an athlete. And it took us many years to sort of resolve that, and I talk about all the fights and struggles we had when I wanted to quit and she didn't want me to. So people ask, you know, how did your mother respond to the book? I mean, you know, it can be sort of a fairly brutal depiction. And the thing of it was, is my mom was amazing. I was nervous to have her read it, and she and I are very close now, but I think she kind of got inside my head for the very first time in terms of how it felt to be me back then, and how it felt to sort of have your parents, I guess in a way, abandon you and kind of not consider your best interest as a child, rather as an athlete. And I think it was the first time we kind of really had real understanding on that point, even though we'd sort of resolved it many, many years ago. So, I mean, basically my mother was just proud. She said, "I'm so proud of you that you were able to write this." And she said, "All that time I thought you hated me, and now I know that you actually loved me." Because that was the hard part, is of course I loved my mother, and I just wanted her to help me figure out the right thing to do, and she had her heart set on me doing this other thing, which was continuing to do gymnastics when I didn't want to. So that was the most asked question. The other second most asked question is, are you working on anything else? Are you going to write anything else? And Lord, I would really like to. It's been a little tough lately. I've been working really hard at my day job, but I do have a few ideas, and a good friend of mine suggested that I might try writing a book about my relationship with my mother. She was intrigued by that in the book, and how sort of complex mother-daughter relationships can be. And so that's definitely an idea I've sort of been mulling over in my head. I have a few other ideas. One is sort of a young adult fictional book. I haven't written fiction before, so I'm a little nervous about that, but I have a lot of good notes there. It's about two sisters and their relationship when one of them is really good at something and the other one sort of struggles at it. So the relationship between two siblings. Those are the two the two biggies that I'm sort of thinking through and pursuing. I have some other dribs and drabs here and there, but I think one of those two will be the next book, hopefully, if I ever find the time to write it. For all the people that have already bought the hardback, some of my friends who have bought multiple copies and given them as gifts, I just want to say thank you. And for all the people that wrote really lovely reviews on Amazon, and I just want to thank everybody, because for all the sort of negative responses I've gotten, I would say, you know, the positive has been 10 times that, and it's just been so heartening to hear stories from people about how I touched them with the book itself and help them resolve their issues from gymnastics or ice skating or ballet or whatever sort of like experience they had, and I've just been so moved by that. So I just want to thank everybody for having bought it and read it. So yeah, the paperback just came out yesterday, chalked up. Get it at Amazon, any bookstore. You should definitely go check it out. Apparently 80% of books sold are sold in paperback or something like that. So, you know, now's really the time. It's half the price. So you should definitely go buy the book.